Good morning, traders. Matt Weller here, Global Head of Research with FOREX.com. Today is Friday, the 10th of July, 2026, and in today's video, I'll break down everything that you need to know ahead of today's US Open. Let's get into it. One development that we've seen is kind of an extension of the theme of yesterday's video, and that's that neither the US nor Iran seems to want to escalate the military conflict. While both sides have exchanged sort of token strikes, we did get some positive headlines, at least today, from a US official who said nuclear talks with Iran could still take place next week. That indicates, again, the lack of desire for an outright restart of the war, and as a result, we see markets sort of taking it in stride. This was the same conclusion that we and markets had come to yesterday. Oil is flat, the US dollar is flat. We see indices are fairly mixed with gold edging lower. Overall, fairly quiet moves, but again, at the margin, perhaps marginally reassuring for traders and markets. We just got the Canadian jobs report as well for the second month in a row. That came in better than expected, not as strong as last month, but suggesting that perhaps last month's strong reading was not a fluke. The jobs report came in at about 18,000 jobs, more than the 11,000 expected, and we saw the unemployment rate yet again tick lower. It was as high as 6.8, maybe even 6.9% if I recall, 2 months ago. So you can see that Canada's labor market appears to be improving, and that is strengthening the Canadian dollar. For me, the biggest development, though, of the last 24 hours was an announcement of a plan from Japanese authorities to have pension funds invest more of their assets in Japan's domestic economy. This is sort of a stealth intervention, you might say, or not necessarily a direct government intervention, but it is something that Japanese traders are taking heart in. While the Japanese stock market is mostly flat, we do see the yen is the strongest major currency, and we're getting a big recovery in the Japanese bond market, that's shown here by the biggest drop in 10-year Japanese government bond yields that we've seen in 15 months. So that leads directly into today's chart of the day is the US dollar versus the Japanese yen on a 4-hour basis. And I want to pause here to explain the mechanism by which this works. Of course, Japanese pension funds are very large given the aging demographics in that country. And many of those pension funds invest a lot of their assets overseas. If we do see this plan approved, and I want to emphasize it's only a tentative plan or proposal right now, but if we see that approved, some of those pension funds, even if it's just 1 or 2% of assets, will have to sell their assets, let's say in the United States. That means that they'll get US dollars, they'll sell those US dollars, they'll have to buy Japanese yen in order to buy Japanese assets. And that's what we see the market reacting to here on both the fixed income and Forex side. That has led to a drop here in dollar yen. It's below the 162.75 level where we started to get some rumors of possible intervention, perhaps a rate check. And for me, this currency pair is now range bound between about 160.50, 160.75 on the downside and 162.75 on the top side. I think if this proposal starts to get some more momentum, that's where we could start to see the yen strengthen further, or in the case of this currency pair, dollar yen fall further. And the trigger to watch from a technical perspective would be a break below that 160.50 level that represents the lowest price we've seen in about the last 3 weeks. So that's something to watch out for as a longer term story. Probably not something we'll get any new developments on ahead of the weekend, but certainly a novel approach to try to solve what's a very difficult situation for Japan's economy and capital markets. That is today's video. Thank you for taking a couple minutes out of your day to watch. And if I can ask just one quick favor before you go, please do drop a like on this video. It's a free way to show your support that helps us with the algorithms, and we'll get more eyeballs on this video. And if you're not already, please do follow our YouTube channel at FOREX.com for more videos like this. Thanks again, best of luck with your trading today, and have a great weekend.